What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
O'Reilly.
You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge, just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of Hashtag Same Sort of Podcast coming at you. And now we enter, it's kind of like a dead period. Like we got some rookie mini camps coming up for some teams, but after that, like it's going to be dead. Like there'll be OTAs and all that, but it's a period of a lot of dead shit happening in the league. So Ryan and I wanted to, free agency's over, the draft is over. Obviously, this is a Saints podcast, but we just wanted to take a full fucking overview of the league and talk about teams, what we think of them, because here's the thing. Once you kind of disconnect yourself emotionally from the Saints, like you can enjoy the NFL as a whole, like so much more. And like you're more interested in things that other teams are doing and not just singly focused on the Saints. And it's a refreshing feeling to have. But I will ask you this, Ryan, get us started. So we had a draft recap podcast that, kind of came across a little negative, although we gave our props to players that we like. Maybe the streets listening to the things we doing on this show. Not gonna say nothing else, just saying streets listening. But now that almost a week has passed, what do you feel differently about the draft class than when we recapped it Sunday night? Like now that you've had time to marinate on it and kind of think about the picks, like has anything changed for you?
I don't know if it changed, but I guess the global view, the 10,000 mile view or whatever you want to call it. I think at the end of the day, there is a decent chance they come out this draft with, say, 2 legitimate starters and like a legitimate contributor. And if that's the case, that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's not the greatest thing in the world, but if you could come away from any draft with like 2 starters at key positions, in this case it would be defensive end and cornerback, and like a pass catching threat, and hey, let's even throw the OG. No, I wasn't going there. Let's throw the OG, Landon, whatever his name is.
Landon Maga Young?
Yeah, the MAGA boy. Maybe he's decent. Like, maybe he's like a backup. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's a solid backup guard like Will Clapperson. Solid draft. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, like...
That draft would be better than the 2014 draft and the 2018 draft. Like...
Yeah. I mean, arguably better than last year's draft.
I'm
just saying. I mean, so we'll see. I'm not saying that's what it's going to be. We'll see. Time will tell. We'll see. But it's not like I was talking with Underhill about it. It was like, even if you like these players, it's not an exciting draft.
No, bro.
Like
No.
coming off like a season that ended disappointing, coming off a season that's like the end of the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era. It was
Coming off a season where last draft, like we didn't see last year's draft class produced, right? So
right.
we would think like, shit, let's get some pizzazz going, like wow,
Yes.
it's like they doubled down, said
They
no.
doubled down. It was a hardy draft. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's us. That's fans. That's our reaction. But at the end of the day, if you wind up adding quality players to your roster, that's what all that matters at the end of the day. So that's kind of where I'm at. Just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it'll be okay. But other than that,
you
like,
you left your boy Pete Warner out.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I was talking to Underhill, been trying to be like, he's at the right place at the right time. I'm like, man, listen, he used to tell me that same shit about Scott Shanley.
That man
I don't want to hear that shit.
Is in the right place at the right time, like 8 yards down the field, bro.
He makes the tackle. He's right there. No, I don't know. I'm sorry. And look, listen. Like as far as linebackers, my nuts have been cut.
Right.
Like
what?
I don't trust myself anymore. I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but maybe I am. But
you know what's funny is, did he play at Ohio State too? I'm trying to think. So I remember when he might have played at Ohio State. Remember the linebacker we signed from the St. Louis Rams, James Laurinaitis?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember him as a prospect. I didn't like his tape as a prospect. He kind of had like some of the same issues in terms of like just being bland. And the Rams drafted him. This is when they were the St. Louis Rams. And he went on to have like a pretty damn, 4 years stretch playing for the Rams. Like he was a good linebacker. And then, of course, like at the end of his career or whatever, like he came to the Saints and he was just fucking awful. And so I think, and this is me trying to be optimistic, I'm just saying, I'm not saying I see it in Pete Warner, but I'm saying if you're a Saints fan, you would hope that the best case scenario for him would have be a James Laurinaitis career, in that maybe his college tape looked god awful, just shit water, but like maybe it's because that's exactly how I felt when I watched James Laurinaitis. Like I was like, who? And I think he went in the second round. Like I'd have to pull it up and look, but
yeah, I think so.
But it could be his career arc. I know both you and I follow Christopher Jason, huge Pats fan, huge Ohio State fan. I reached out to him like, man, give me the breakdown of Pete Warner. And he had nothing but good things to say about Pete Warner. He thinks he's going to be a better pro than he was a collegiate player. And I was like, really? Like, yeah. And I retweeted it and put it out there for the timeline, to give like a different perspective. Because for me, obviously, just like we're Saints fans, I wanted to give the perspective of a diehard Ohio State fan. Right. So we might be wrong, man. But like you said, it's a hardy draft. We'll see what happens. So kind of looking back, like what's your take of just the division the Saints playing in general, like in the NFC South, like, what the Panthers have done, what the Falcons have done. What's your take of what the division is right
now? I guess you got to start with Tampa Bay. Defending Super Bowl champs. They are 100% saying like we gonna run it back. They brought back every
I'm thinking it was like 22, 23, whatever, brought them all back, bro. Every single one of them.
All of them. Even, am I tripping, or is Playoff Lenny? Playoff Lenny came back too.
Yeah, all of them did, bro. Every single one of them.
Everybody. So it's an interesting test, because during the regular season last year, they weren't great. They were, great in spurts, bad in spurts. But they're gonna have a year together, so they should be more in tune with each other and all that stuff. Um, their draft was I thought was solid. It wasn't spectacular. I thought they kind of took the approach of, hey, we have all these great players. We don't need to,
Yep.
we don't need to go out the box. But they added some good. They added a wide receiver. They added, depth at quarterback and stuff like that. So I think they added a defensive end.
I believe they added Joe Trayon.
Yeah, Trail. Not a big fan. But hey, could be good. So
It's funny. His tape reminds me a lot of Peyton Turner's when I watched him, bro.
I know.
Just sleepy.
I hadn't watched a ton, but from what I saw, I watched a little, and I was like, moved on. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? You know what I'm saying? He could be a good player. But just overall, I think that's going to be the number one team the Saints got to deal with. Other than that, the Falcons, adding Pitt. I think you're gonna see a resurgence with their offense, bro. I just was thinking about it, with what Arthur Smith did with Tennessee, with the Titans. We'll see where Matt Ryan is. I know Saints fans hate Matt Ryan, and I hate him too. I get my jokes in on it too, but I haven't seen a drastic decline.
Yeah, it hasn't been. It hasn't been steep at all.
I mean, he's a guy, he's the pocket quarterback, so he kind of goes where the team goes. He had big plays last year with, when his team was healthy, when the offensive line wasn't healthy, when the wide receivers weren't healthy, he wasn't good. So, he just kind of goes with the flow. So I think if they have kind of a turn of luck on offense, particularly with the offensive line, if the offensive line is good, he'll be good. I'm not saying he's like Drew Brees, but he's like Drew Brees in the fact that he goes where the offensive line goes. Also with the run game. If Arthur Smith can design a potent run game for them and a decent offensive line play, I think the whole offense can be dangerous and win them a lot of games. I still don't believe in the defense, though. I don't believe in it.
I also
trash.
Going back to the run game, they got Mike Davis and that's it.
A lot of guys, just guys.
Just Jags, bro. Just tons of Jags. And then I think the bigger question for the Falcons, and I'll let you talk about the defense, just on the offensive side of the ball, is can they afford to give the Julio, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, one Hayden Hurst offense one go? Because I was looking at the Arthur Smith, a little snippet of him on Rich Eisen's show, and Rich Eisen is a great journalist, man, because he'll just ask the question. He don't beat around the bush. He'll ask hard questions to coaches and GMs, and Arthur Smith basically said he gave that, we love Julio, people are calling, we're gonna listen to him, but then Rich Eisen basically was is he going to be on the team? Is he going to be out there? And Arthur Smith said, listen, I'm not going to sit right here and tell you, something that, I can't tell the future. And I'm that's for the head coach of the Falcons to say that, to me, that was very telling.
Right. He couldn't even lie.
No.
He couldn't even lie and be
he didn't even lie about
bro. He's going to be on our team. We love him.
Nope. Not even a lie. So, can they afford to keep Julio and just to say, fuck it, let's do all in with this offense. Let's try to let our offense take us, into a winning season or deep into the playoffs. I don't think they can afford it, bro. I don't think they can.
It's tough to do, man. It's tough to do. And, writing's already on the wall, really. He is pretty much out of there. But all I say is, I don't know who it'll take. I don't know if it'll be Arthur Blank. I don't know if it'll be Terry Fontenot or whatever. But if I was just a Falcon, if I was part of the organization, I'd be let's just ride this out 1 year and just see what they do. Because that's a dangerous combination. You take away Julio, You take away Julio.
It's like I tweeted, but it's a lateral move. Like
It's a lateral move.
Drafting Kyle Pitts, like you literally are not any different. And that's assuming that Kyle Pitts is like Jimmy Graham-esque. If Kyle Pitts is just like okay,
then it's not even lateral. It's you've downgraded. The team has gotten worse. But let's just say he is Jimmy Graham on steroids. Let's just say he comes in and has just a ridiculous, 1,300 yards.
Yeah, let's just say he's Darren Waller. He's a Darren Waller for the Falcons.
Yeah. And you had Julio. Like, I don't know, Julio been beat up, but like the dude still, like when he's healthy, he balls out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that'd be dangerous.
And Calvin Ridley, yeah, you cooking right there, bro.
You cooking, like, offensively at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you might have to score 35, 38 a game, but you'll be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be able to do it. Maybe it'll get you 10, 11 wins. Maybe 10 wins. And, then you see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your defense starts cooking a little bit, comes together. I don't know. Who is even their defensive coordinator? I don't even know. Dean Pease?
You said Dean Pease last time, and I did not look it up. I have no clue.
I'm about to look it up right now. Yo, hold on.
I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. New tab.
And as you're looking it up, like, I'm trying to think of teams that – so we know that the Ravens tried to trade for Julio, like, before the draft, but they kind of addressed wide receiver in the draft. Like, I don't know, if they're going to put in draft capital and money.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, you want to trade Julio, but like if you're not, I mean, he's what, in his 30s? Like, you're not going to get nothing substantial. It's like,
no,
you may as well just kind of figure that shit out, man. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's like you just making your roster worse than dump salary.
But and I'm sure there's ways to clear it, but they got to clear $11 million just to sign the rookie class, Ryan. Like, that's wild to me.
Hey, Terry Fontenot come from the School of Loomis Economics. Check it out. Add some ghost years on Mike Davis contract or whoever. I don't know. Figure that shit out. Stretch that shit out, man. Like, you can do something. You could do something. It's just $15 million. I mean, just $11 million they need. Like, you could figure that shit out.
But I think here's the thing, though. Like, they need $11 million to sign their draft class. If they trade Julio, I believe, or trade or do something with him after June 1st, they save $15 million.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's a one move. They're good.
Oh, man, that's tough. Did you look it up? Did you find out who the DC is?
Oh no, it's Dean Pease.
It's Dean Pease. Yeah, like you said, defense is trash. I just find it fascinating to know what's going to happen with Julio. Like that to me is that's the story, bro. Like, if he's not on the team, I'm like, okay, like. Okay, like, because then Calvin Ridley becomes number one. Like, everything shifts, man.
Yeah,
everything shifts. One of the most fascinating teams. Well, I'll lump them. I'm gonna lump these two teams together. I know we're talking about the NFC South, but what the Panthers and what the Broncos did, and even to like a smaller degree, what the Giants did in the draft. If those three teams are wrong about Justin Fields, because Carolina said we're doubling down with Sam Darnold, and I was texting you all the offseason, like, man, Sam Darnold got supporters in the league, bro. Like, there are people that still love him. So they said, we want Sam. He's the undisputed starter. Like, they didn't draft Justin Fields, and the Carolina Panthers were tied to being in the quarterback frenzy for the longest time. They didn't draft Justin Fields. Broncos didn't draft Justin Fields. If they get Aaron Rodgers, I get the move why they didn't draft him. But if they go into the season with Teddy Two Gloves and Drew Lock, and then you have the Giants at 11, who in theory have their franchise quarterback in Daniel Jones.
Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, we could get into. I know why Daniel Jones is getting the free pass, but this man was in the same draft class as Dwayne Haskins, and they both look like career backups. Like, can we?
I'm sorry. Like, the thing is, Daniel Jones, he does look like a quarterback that does have staying power in the NFL. Like, I feel like he'll be around like 7 years from now. 7 years from now, he'll be around. But I just don't see that.
He just turns the ball over at such a exponential rate, bruh. Fumbles, interceptions, like he turns it over a lot. I
don't see that consistency. And people like to say, "Oh, the Giants roster isn't good," but I'm sorry, man. They got enough there to, if Justin Herbert was over there, like you'd still see it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they might not win a lot of games.
Man, if you put Justin Herbert in the NFC East with the Giants, they win the NFC East. Come on.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you see it, and I'm just not seeing it with Daniel Jones.
No.
I see some little hints here and there, but it's like it's like it's I don't know, man. But it's like, man, all those teams, that just blows me away. I know that makes me believe in Justin Fields more, bro. I don't know. It's like somebody gonna regret that shit.
I'm telling you, man.
Especially the Broncos. Broncos, where y'all were positioned with the quarterback, you had no. You just had. I think you draft Patrick Surtain, a cornerback. You already solidified defense.
You already got Kyle Fuller. You already got Bradley Chubb. This is probably Von Miller's last year. You got the stud Justin Simmons. So they have a stacked-ish defense that can lead them. And you need that in the AFC West, right? You gotta go against 15. Like, you gotta have a defense. But if the Chiefs got 15 and you rolling out Teddy Two Gloves and Drew Lock,
you don't have a chance.
I'm sorry, bro. That ain't how that works.
It ain't how it works, man. And now they're at the point where they're going to be just good enough to never be able to select the top level. They'll never be able to select a quarterback like Justin Fields.
They're going to be in quarterback purgatory unless in the next couple of months or whatever, or maybe down the line, Aaron Rodgers digs in and says, "Fuck it, I ain't coming back," and they're able to get a deal for Aaron Rodgers. Then that's a completely different story, right? But
damn, like even then, that's a temporary. Like I would have took Fields anyway. And then, like, I don't know, use him as a chess piece or something. Like, it's like
I don't know, man. Like, if you told me I could get Aaron Rodgers for 2 years with this defense, with Fangio, with a healthy Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, Melvin Gordon, I think because then it's like, is do I want to win a Super Bowl maybe in 1 to 2 years? Or with Justin Fields, it's like, yes, I have more stability at quarterback position, but like, I don't know, man. That's an interesting debate.
I don't see it. It's like, okay, like, let's do it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, send me Aaron Rodgers. If not, I have to think I got to plan for the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get Justin Fields, and we bought the ball the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got weapons. We about to do it. Rookie contract. You gonna get Aaron Rodgers. You gonna pay him $45 million a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just changes the whole roster. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. Like, I would go get Aaron Rodgers. I'd pay him $45. Ain't no thing. But I'm just saying, like, man, it just blew me away when they passed on him. That was shocking.
Shocking, bro. Shocking. So let's talk
too. Like Panthers too, passing on him.
Yeah.
That shocked me too. But I don't know why. I just never really got the connection between Matt Rule and Justin Fields for whatever reason.
I can see that. So let's talk about the team a little bit that drafted Justin Fields. I have been a Ryan Pace fucking detractor for years, even before he went to Chicago, bro.
And listen.
So, and I remember like his last couple of years with the Saints, and he just got this like royal treatment from like beat reporters, and I'm just like, yeah, like have y'all seen his last recent draft? like, what are we doing?
Politics.
I get it. That said, his he got to Chicago, made some shrewd moves. He traded for Khalil Mack, and he built a defense. Him and that was elite for like 2 years. Had an elite defense. Everything completely was wasted on offense because of them drafting Mitchell Trubisky at number 2 overall. And that set their franchise back some years, bro. So I guess my question I'm asking now is like, they drafted Justin Fields. I'm pretty sure Andy Dalton's going to start, season. He might get hurt at some point. I think we'll see Justin Fields. I do think Justin Fields needs time to sit though. Like, I don't think he's just ready to come in. Like, he didn't strike me like that. But my question is, I feel like now Ryan Pace has wasted so much of that defense's prime that even if Justin Fields is the guy, now it's like, okay, now we got the person we need on offense, but like now our defense is old and not that good. So, it could be too little, too late.
I know. Even like the skill. I mean, they're good at the skill position. I think.
They got
okay. The depth is not good.
They got Allen Robinson. They're trying to trade Anthony Miller. Although I'm saying John Page should call up his boy, be like, "Hey, we'll throw you a little 5th or 6th rounder for Anthony Miller." They got Komet. I think they got Jimmy. Jimmy's still on the team, right? I think, or these on a 1-year deal. Oh no, I looked that up. He might have to get Jimmy's old pilot a call, bro. Yeah. So like you said, like they have weapons, but not a lot of depth.
No, I mean they could get better at running back. It's just not the greatest situation for a rookie.
No.
But I'll say this, like Ryan Pace, he bought himself a little life. And I mean if they went 6-10 with Andy Dalton this year, they're getting fired. You know what I'm saying?
Out of there.
6-11. I'm sorry. 6-11.
So fucking weird.
It's weird. But now say they go, 6-11 with Justin Fields, and he looks good. Like say he looks promising. Just need a little better team building. Yeah, maybe they stick around. You know what I'm saying? So he just bought himself some time. I think Justin Fields is talented enough to spark that offense. I don't know what to say about Matt Nagy. Like, I know he's been helmed as like a Andy Reid kind of, but he had Mr. Trubisky. I don't know. I don't know how good he is, but if he could put something together and just have that offense like just a little above league average. I mean, they went to the playoffs at 8-8 last year. And in the playoff game,
fight, bro.
My cheeks was tight, bro.
Gave us a fight, bro.
With that little defense, they was fighting, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you had somebody like Justin Fields in
that game,
man,
we might have not got out the wild card round. Let's be real.
Might not have got out of there. I'm just saying. So, I don't know. I think Ryan Pace might have bought him a little time, bro. But like you said, I don't think they should just throw him on the field immediately. I know, like some people, think, just throw him in there, let him play. But I just think just let him like calm his mind down a little bit, man. And just be used to preparing for a week or 2 or 3 weeks. And look, Andy Dalton, he gonna Dalton. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna get his chance. He'll be in there week 4 at least, at the latest.
You don't trust in the red rifle? Come on, man. It's crazy though, because then you look at their defense. They cut Kyle Fuller like late into free agency like some hoes. Khalil Mack, like I wasn't sure before the offseason this Khalil Mack was going to be back. Like, man, he's taking that much of a dip. He's still a good player, but like he's not the dominant, impact that he once was.
Yeah, man, disappearing.
Yeah, quick, like often.
But I mean, at the same time, Mr. Trubisky is like, man, listen. Are you
No,
gonna show up to work every day, giving your full effort? Like seriously,
he's like, I'm playing for this. Nah, man.
I'm taking PTO today.
Let y'all niggas on duty handle this shit. We talked a lot about NFC teams. Let's move on. We have no fucking rhyme or reason. We're just fucking talking. Let's switch over to the AFC. Any team in the AFC that just got your attention?
I mean, the Baltimore Ravens gonna get Rashad Bateman, kind of like, man, let's get this nigga some weapons, man. Like,
Shut y'all hoes up.
Shut y'all up, man. Let's get this man some weapons. I just like the Lamar thing is just fascinating to me, bro, because
it is.
I know a lot of people just don't want to say it.
Come on, man, say it, because we say it in our text messages.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like he's an awesome player, but just as a passing quarterback, the fact that in the playoffs teams approach him like, let's make sure Lamar Jackson throws the ball. That's not a good thing, man. Like that's not what you want. You know, not in
the NFL, bro.
no, that's not what the NFL is designed for. I
remember the last time that happened with the Saints. Like that happened. That's what Ron Rivera tried to do with Drew Brees in 17. And he's washed. Let's make him throw it. And Drew went out there and was like,
okay. Sliced them up.
So when teams are, that's tough, man. And we love Lamar. Like, I don't want anyone to listen to this and think like this is a podcast. We always just keep it real. I know Patrick Clavon, he probably won't listen to this, but he does. Like, we just gotta go with what we see, man. And I know that. And also, I think I watch some Ravens games sometimes, especially in the playoffs. And I'm like watching, okay, this is not working, guys. Like, it's like this, the run game, like this defense has been coached all week to shut this down. Like, you gotta have something else in the fucking playbook. And they don't, bro. Like, they're like a one-streak pony.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you see it and you know it's coming. And it's like they should know it's coming. It's like y'all should know this is the script that's going to run. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, you don't need – you could stop the run. You could design a defense to stop the run. But that's why the pass was invented. It's like, if you pass good enough, you can't really stop it, especially with the way the rules are. And it's like they just hadn't been able to get consistency. And, yes, you could blame the skill position. I agree. Their skill position has been pretty trash. But now, now they drafted, now there are options. So I just want to see how that plays out because next year is his contract year, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, next year is his 5th-year option. So it's like they got to pay the man. I'm just fascinated to see how all that works, man.
Yeah, they are such an interesting team, man. And let's speak about the defense. Secondary wise, they have a good secondary, but like they don't have that Ravens pass rusher that we're used to them having. If we can be honest with it, Patrick Queen, I know LSU fans wanted the Saints to draft him last year. He had some splash plays last year, but he was also not great.
Very
uneven.
Stephon Anthony is. He got interceptions. He made some plays where if you didn't look closely, you'd think oh man, this dude balling, but he was a cause of a lot of bad plays too.
Yes, he was. And so that defense isn't to what we've known the Ravens defense to be.
No, that is Jimmy Smith back? Jimmy Smith's back, right?
Yes, he is.
Man, I feel like he's been in the league for in the league. I don't even remember him signing contracts and that Like I don't ever remember hearing like Jimmy Smith's contract's coming up. Who's gonna pay him? It's like he's just always with the Ravens.
Does the Steelers drafting Najee Harris mask a lot of the problems that they have on offense?
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I mean, they bring back Big Ben.
Big Ray? Uh-oh, Big Ray back, baby.
Big Ray is washed.
As Greg Rosenthal called him, Big Breeze.
Big Breeze. He washed like Breeze was last year, bro. Like, he's not suited. Nah. And then they didn't even address, like, they doubled down on Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
They're trying to extend him or something. It's like,
yeah, they gave him a one year extension.
Oh no. That's another team that just we draft well and we believe in our draft. Nah, bro. Nah, they gonna fail it this year. He gonna be on Tomlin. I love Tomlin, man, but he gonna be on his ass this year, bro.
Oh, they just gave him like a 2-year extension, I believe.
Oh yeah. I ain't saying he going anywhere.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Yeah, them white people in Pittsburgh gonna be on that nigga.
But nothing but hate emails. You get them hate emails, boy. Shit. The defense got worse.
Yeah, it did. They lost Bud Dupree. I mean, obviously he got hurt, but he was balling before he got hurt. Went to Tennessee.
The secondary ain't great.
Nope.
I think. Do they still have Hayden?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. God damn. I mean, how long he gonna play?
But they lost Mike Hilton, who was like a top 3 slot cornerback in the league, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Maybe they got some dogs in the building. I don't know about.
I mean, at least they got Juju back. I guess like that. Yay! I guess. This is the point that we keep making, right? How crazy is it that this past offseason, the team, one of the teams that wanted to sign Juju as a free agent was the Chiefs. It just goes to our theory, bro. Like they're trying to pay him $8 million with incentives to become a Chief. And Juju, this completely off topic. How dumb are you to be Juju Smith-Schuster? Like, do y'all want to go back to Pittsburgh with Big Ben and his old arm, or do I go play with Patrick Mahomes? Like, on a 1-year deal.
He didn't want to go to Ravens either. He was supposed to go to Ravens.
Ravens and Chiefs.
He was smart about that. He was like, man, I'm going to catch like 12 passes, man. I ain't going on that, man. Oh, man. But, man, like, he should have took the Chiefs. I ain't going to lie.
Right?
Because they kind of need that type of wide receiver.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Like, he would be like a more reliable version of Sammy Watkins, who was always hurt or didn't play or whatever.
Exactly.
Let's go down south. Talk about these Houston Texans, Ryan.
Man, that's depressing, man. Have you looked at that roster?
It just seems like just a bunch of random put together, like the most random put together team that you ever conceived. It's like an expansion. Like I feel like their roster is like an expansion team, like all over again.
They got Mark Ingram. I forgot about that.
Right? They got Mark Ingram. They got David Johnson, and then they signed another. The one from Broncos, Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
Like how does how does that backfield even work?
Like that it's weird, bro. It's weird. Then you draft Davis Mills.
Davis Mills gonna play, bro. Davis Mills playing.
Oh, he's playing this year. He's playing.
He is starting NFL games this season, 100%.
You got Tyrod Taylor. Who has he ever played a full season? Because he's kind of like Teddy. He's worse than Teddy Bridgewater because
Way worse.
it's just like you just want to you gotta see something else. Like when you see him play, it's like I gotta see something else. Anything, anybody, just put anybody in there. I gotta see something else.
I remember that game he played against the Saints, and like also a game the Saints almost lost, but
Yeah. No, I mean Brown's defense was looking good that day. Man.
bruh. Well, it was a player we cut too that they picked up. The deep tackle that was having like a great preseason, and we cut him. He had like a weird. It wasn't Ogun. Oh, he had a good game. Larry Ogunjobi had a good game against us, but the other player we cut too, I can't remember his name right now. Whatever. It was a couple of years ago, but like we had two like rookie undrafted defensive tackles that were having like a really good preseason, and then we cut one of them and kept the other, and then he went and got picked up by the Browns. Like we waived him, and he got picked up by the Browns, and he went on to have like a nice little rookie season for them that season. I can't remember, bro. But just get back to the whole Texans thing. Man, just seems like a sad state of affairs, man. Just like
Randall Cobb,
Brandon Cooks, Randall Cobb, and just like a mismatch of players, bro. Like I feel like it's the Frankenstein team of the NFL.
Oh my god! I'm looking at this roster, man. It is like a jumbled mess.
It's a mess. And then you have David Culley supposed to. Okay. All right.
Who?
Didn't even know that man was black until someone on Twitter told me he was black. I was like, wait, what?
Larry Tunsil, though. Hey. Man, Bill O'Brien, man. Oof.
Oh, man. Bill, he traded Nuke and then traded for Larry Tunsil. He traded Jadeveon Clowney.
Wow. Like he's making it hard for coaches to get GM, GM privileges, bro.
Teams will say never again with that, man. Are you excited about the Jags?
I wouldn't say excited, but I'm interested. I want to watch them this year, bro. Like I want to. Like I don't get many of the games, but the games they get, I want to watch them and just see. I'm interested in the team building process. I always do love watching it every year. I like looking at the bottom tier teams to see if they could dig themselves out. I want to see how Urban Meyer adjusts to the NFL. He's won everywhere he's been. But like the NFL, it's different. I just want to see how that translates. I want to see Trevor Lawrence. If he could elevate that offense. I just want to see some. I want we know like a couple Jays fans. I want them to have like some good football, bro. Like I want them to enjoy watching Sundays. We love them kind of like lovable losers. I want them to just have a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like have a good team. And I'm just interested to see, if you can turn it around. Because man, they got cap space. They've had draft picks. It's like, bro, just like make the right decisions. Y'all gonna be all right.
They'll be all right, man. They got to protect number 16, but I think they can. Once you solve that equation, like the rest of it, it's not easy, but it makes shit a lot fucking easier.
Oh man, it makes things so much better, so much better. Like even when we're looking to Arizona Cardinals, it's like
it's funny you talk about them because I was gonna bring them up too.
Yeah, it's like they are like I can see them picking top 5 this year. to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But if Kyler, can be good, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You just got to build around him. But I mean, it's a question for him now because, like, he, as talented as he is, he hadn't shown that consistency yet either.
Yeah, it's been very uneven. Very uneven.
Very uneven. I don't know what's going on with them. Like that's another weird roster.
Yeah, it's bad because it's like I feel like they approached offseason like they were all in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a win, so they went and they paired Nuke with AJ Green, who looked like he was like man. I watched some Cincinnati games last year, and I said, and I tweeted this. I said he is doing the defense a favor by being out on the field.
Man,
like he was like running in like snow boots out there, bro. Like he had no juice. Like it was gone. Like no juice. So they went and signed him and paired him with Nuke. They got J.J. Watt, who I still can be a good player, although not his dominant self. But he'll give you like one of those J.J. Watt dominant games. But he won't give you that every game. But just like their roster, and then their roster construction is just weird, man. It's just weird. It's the best point where, and then they drafted Isaiah Simmons last year, right? Didn't know where to play him. Shocker. And then they drafted Xavier Collins. Like, I don't know, bro. I
don't know. Like who? Like got rid of Patrick Peterson.
And one of their better moves this offseason was trading for Rodney Hudson, the center for the Raiders. Like at least,
oh yeah.
Well, that's a huge move because that can stabilize the entire O line. But like though they did moves where it's like they're all in to win this season and make the playoffs, but their roster construction is weird. It's just so strange to me.
Who else? Raiders? Bruh, Raiders, would it shock you if the Raiders picked number 1 overall next season?
Absolutely not.
Would not shock me, bruh.
Not at all. Like, let's walk it back. Mark, and again, teams can get out of contract and shit. Mark Davis gave John Gruden a 10-year contract. Bruh.
Man.
10 years! A decade to coach the Raiders.
And this is what, year 4?
4, I believe. I believe it's 4. And it's like it's funny too because like the offense, I would say the offense, has been okay considering that their quarterback is Derek Carr, but they've completely stripped down the offensive line. So I don't know what the hell the offense is.
It's like they got worse this year, like on paper.
Like, and then so. I get Darren Waller's kind of like your number 1 option, but are you going into the season with like Ruggs as your number 1 wide receiver, and then like Willie Snead in the slot in like the 2? Like,
it's like you had Nelson Aguilar. I don't know, man. It's like I don't see it. Like they try to improve their pass rush. Linebackers trash. I mean, it's cornerback. It's like they just can't figure it out. It's supposed to be Mike Mayock wheelhouse. Like I always appreciated. He was wrong on stuff, but his DB analysis usually was on point. So, but I mean, the Raiders DBs, man, it just ain't been good, bro. It's like,
no, man. But is that Mike Mayock or is that John Gruden, bro? Is that John Gruden like, yeah, I like this guy?
Exactly. Like, come on. Like, John Gruden has proven that he's a good offensive coach.
Bro, he was tearing up our defense.
He's a good offensive coach, man. Like, he can coach offense. Not the greatest, but he's a good – like, look, Sean Payton learned the basics from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the baseline of Sean Payton's offense comes from John Gruden.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he learned a lot from him. Even the head coach of the Rams? What's his name?
McVay.
McVay. Learned the basics from him. Instituted some Kyle Shanahan stuff. I mean, Shanahan shit. But even him, he learned his basics from John Gruden. John Gruden could coach some damn offense, bro. But man, he never been good with personnel ever. Even when he was Tampa Bay. Even when he got handed what's my Colts coach? Man, I'm sucking with names right now.
The one who's annoying, Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy. He got handed Tony Dungy's roster. Knew the Raiders playbook in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like he won the Super Bowl. And I think it was Lombardi that pointed out, like, he's had a losing record since he won the Super Bowl in the NFL. A losing record, man. Below 500.
That's wild.
You know? And everywhere he's been, he has had personnel control over the roster. Like, he doesn't know how to build a team. And that's a specific thing, man. And that's going to be his downfall. So, I mean, the Raiders could be shit for like the next 4-5 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because of that.
And, like, here's the thing, man. We said that it's been a 4-year thing. Like, they have been committed to Derek Carr for 4 years. Like, that's, like, at this point, like, I think Derek Carr has shown you who he is. Like, middle of the pack NFL quarterback. And, again, I think Derek Carr is, like, a perfect example of quarterback purgatory, right? Like, you can win games with Derek Carr, but, like, you got to have, like, a lot of shit around him that goes well to win those games. But if you're asking him to, like, be the guy, I don't know, man.
It's like, when does that rope run out?
I'm saying, man. I don't know. Let's switch to one of the most fascinating teams in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, bro.
So fascinating. Because it's like, you know, I mean, if Tua can step it up a few notches, they have the talent to really, really be something, man. Especially on offense. Defense.
Defense, I think they could be lights out, man. Like, I think they could be lights out on defense.
I'm about to say, that defense, man, they were, like, I think the past 2 years, they lead the NFL in takeaways, man.
Yeah, and I'm not a Brandon Flores fan, like, as a person, but he had that defense humming last year in certain games, bro. Like, that bitch was nasty. Man, Tua just needs to be Andy Dalton from 2015, bro. That's it. If he can be that, like, I think the Dolphins, talent-wise, and I think their offensive line needs to play better too, but talent-wise, I think they could go to, like, the division round of the AFC playoffs. Yeah. I really do, bro. Like, you got Devontae Parker, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Will Fuller, you know. Man, Will Fuller is so talented, but, man, Will Fuller going to miss, like, 5-6 games next season. Like, let's just split out there, bro. There's going to be some injury, some hamstring. Will Fuller.
He's not playing 17 games.
Nah, bro. I mean, he already missing one because of the HGH thing, I think. But he,
like, the nerve of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you're going to miss about 5 games, injured. And you're going to take a suspension? What's wrong with you?
But you got Devontae Parker, you got Will Fuller, you got
Waddle.
You got Jalen Waddle, one of my favorite players of the entire draft, and you got one of the most up and coming tight ends in Mike Gesicki.
Oh man,
come on, man! Like, if you can't cook with this talent, you got to get a new chef. Like, that's it.
Exactly. And I don't know what their draft picks look like next year. I think they might have two firsts with the trade down from San Francisco. But they should have 2 firsts. But then they traded back up. So
yes, I don't think they have 2 firsts next year. I think they have 2 firsts 2 years from now. I'd have to look and see.
Okay. But yeah, like it's gonna be interesting. Like watching Trey Lance, watching Justin Fields over the next couple of years, then watching Tua. It's gonna be like, let's see. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll see who, what was the best option. But they could have the opportunity to, like build up their roster, and then next year or the year after, plop the QB down. But maybe it'll be too late. It's that time cracking, man. But like me, I ain't gonna say I believe in Tua, but I think I saw enough little squints here and there last year to where I think he's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be better than Dalton overall. I don't know about this year, but he's gonna be better than Dalton, man. Like he has more talent than that.
But we gotta see it though, man. Like,
you gotta see it. I'm not
the Tua game that made me a believer when I saw it was the game that the Dolphins played against the Cardinals, and then it was Tua versus like Kyler Murray,
exactly.
Right? And I was like,
I watched that game. And I watched that game recently. It was on NFL Network. I was like, okay, Tua.
Like this nigga has arrived, and then after that game, bro, just duds.
Duds, man, duds.
I'm gonna preface this by saying the basis of this question came from me listening to around the NFL podcast a little bit earlier when I was at work. Man, the Colts are taking a big gamble with Carson Wentz, bro.
Ooh. Right? And it's like nobody talking. I mean, it's the Colts, so it's like,
bro, they're
market, but it's like
Carson Wentz had some games last year, and some of the things he did, like during football games, were just completely baffling, bro.
I was like, this dude can't play. Like, why is he playing? They
Like,
couldn't find out he wasn't even talking to the head coach and all that. It was like, what?
It was a Dallas game or Giants game. This man dropped back, like then it was like drifting to his left, and kept drifting, and then he was holding on to the ball, and then like the defense was right on top of him. Then he tried to throw the ball. It was like one of the worst football plays you could ever see a quarterback make, bro. And like I was like, what is he doing? And
like,
so
how did you get to that point?
And so now, like, I think they're just like, Carson Wentz is, we got fucking Frank Reich, and we're gonna fucking do this shit. And
That's
like,
it. That's it.
Like, you guys don't have a left tackle. Like, don't forget, like, a lot of the reasons why Carson Wentz was failing was because of himself. Some of it was bad offensive line play that the Eagles had due to injuries. And now you're gonna put this man out there, and you don't got a left tackle? That your left tackle retired? Come on.
I don't know, man. They got to do something about that. Like, you can't. Like, you got to get a left tackle, bro. Like, I don't know what they're playing, and it's like pretty much all of it is on Frank Reich. Like,
all of it, bro.
Everybody loves Frank Reich. Like Frank Reich. Like, this is okay. Time to show, bro. Like, okay, when you coach that team, you help. Carson Wentz have a great season, and you took Nick Foles to the Super Bowl. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's time, bro. Like, he got to show it.
Got to, man. Got to. Because, like, I everyone's on the Indy bandwagon like they are every fucking season. It's one of the most annoying fucking tropes in the NFL. Oh, the Colts are just so good. I'm like, okay, they're going Colts like they always do. Like, that's just who they are. They're kind of like the Saints, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, and I mean, if Frank, I'll say this: if Frank Reich can make Carson Wentz look decent to good again, then that's hell of a coaching job right there, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell of a coaching job. And if he's good, like, because like it's like if he plays like 70% of the snaps or 75% and they make or playoffs or whatever, like they give up their first to Philly, like. But then if Carson Wentz is decent or good again, then you don't really care about that fucking first. You're like, oh well.
Right.
That's a fascinating. See how that's going to play out. I wanted to hit on you brought up the Niners. You brought up Trey Lance. Like I think people forget because of how ravaged they got with injuries. Like that defense and that team. That team, man. That's a damn good team, bro.
like Trey Lance, he won. Like just to to go top 3 and go to a team. Like usually you go on top 3, you go into a shitty team.
Man, yeah, he did.
He going to a good spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, man.
All he got to do is chill and learn, and he's gonna hit the field eventually. I don't know how early, but.
Oh no, he playing next season, and I think it will be
no question.
Like they're gonna put Jimmy G out there for a couple of games. Jimmy G gonna look like Jimmy G looked this past season. One of them games, Kyle Shanahan will be like, "All right, Trey,
that calf gonna tighten up or something." Trey Lance coming out there, boy. And the good thing about Trey Lance is like. Even if he doesn't understand all the concepts, he got legs, you know?
He got legs, bro.
It's going to be interesting, bro. It's going to be interesting, man. Like
just let's look at the whole fucking NFC West. Like, what a division, bro.
Oh.
Like, you got Trey Lance. I think I was talking to this with my girl recently. You got Trey Lance and 49ers. You got Matthew Stafford with the Rams. Russell Wilson with the Seahawks, Kyler Murray, like that's almost a whole division of black excellence, bro, at quarterback. Like how wild is that?
And that's the arm division too. It's like your safety better get the fuck back because all of them can put that thing down the field, man.
Tossing that bitch, bro.
Damn, the Rams with Matthew Stafford. That's gonna be. Felt like that's kind of underreported. Like,
yeah, because the draft happened and like that happened so early in free agency. Like it's kind of like, oh yeah, like the Rams got Matt Stafford. Like, yeah,
it's like how that's gonna look. I don't know.
I just think the NFL not giving because the NFL didn't do it, but like Sean McVay getting a quarterback that isn't fucking Jared Goff, like. I know the Ram hate, and I 100% supported it because fuck the Rams forever. But like we saw what Sean McVay could do with like a semi-functional Jared Goff. Like you giving him Matt Stafford? I don't like that, bro. Don't like that.
It's a little pressure on Matt Stafford too, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He has had like 11 years of.
No pressure.
No pressure. Look, you with the Lions, bro. We get it. Like, okay, you lose. You win 4 games. Lions trash. He's got so many excuses.
Yeah,
and the Rams. It's a talented enough team. I mean, they were in the divisional game last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, like you got to at least do what Goff did. With their roster.
At least.
I know they lost their defensive head coach. The defensive coordinator. He was excellent. I don't know what they did there. They lose coaches like crazy. Like people pick apart like that Sean McVay tree or whatever.
Wow, man.
Like that, I think that has really hurt him. Like they just eat apart his coaching staff. And
Pete Carmichael can't get a call in the last 6-7 years, bro.
Pete don't get no text, nothing, man. He just has helmed one of the great offensive stretches in NFL history, and he can't get nothing, man. Meanwhile, Joe Lombardi on his second stint.
Come on, man. do my dude Pete wrong. Pete should lose the glass and go to contact.
Yeah,
That's what
bro.
I'm thinking.
He had grow a beard. I was like, okay, Pete with the beard, all right.
What?
He
What?
had the beard. He's looking kind of badass.
What? I gotta see this. You gotta text me this. This is blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, bro. Just need to lose the glasses, man. He'd be all right.
So you brought up Brandon Staley. We gotta talk about the Chargers, bro. You have you have the second best young quarterback in the league. Like think about that, bro. As much as we did not like Justin Herbert as a prospect, the Chargers have the second best young quarterback in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. I would not take anyone in the league right now over Justin Herbert except Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's how well he played last year. The throws he made last year, bruh, I can't.
Every time I watched him, I was like, man,
this nigga is throwing.
Where did this come from? Like, where?
No, bro. Don't have no clue. I was gonna make a really inappropriate analogy, but anyway. But then I like what they did. They got the Pete's cousin Rashawn Slater in the draft, so they did the opposite of the Bengals. And I get it. Justin Herbert already had the weapons, but they're investing in protecting their quarterback first.
Yeah.
But they get a defensive head coach. They don't bring back Hunter Henry. They replace him with Jared Cook. Joey Bosa's good, but Darwin James hasn't played football in almost 2 seasons. Are the Chargers just going to is it just going to be like a repeat of last season where like Justin Herbert just goes nuclear, but like it doesn't amount to anything?
I don't know, man. It's like feels like the Chargers going to charge it, bro. It's like
yeah, man.
Going to be another one of those, damn, this team would be good if, it's like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how the head coaching goes. I mean, defensive head coaches that on a team that probably should be an offensive team.
Yes.
I don't know. But, I mean, he does have some dogs. He has some dogs on defense.
Oh, for sure. Although I will say it was a defensive head coach that was coaching the coach of Oregon.
Yeah, that's true. So, I don't know.
Who was that offensive coordinator?
Last year?
No, this year.
Joe Lombardi. Joe Lombardi.
Oh my God.
I don't know how that. Like, I don't know. Because he had his stint with the Lions. He tried to be like, I'm just going to take this Sean Payton playbook and we're just going to run the Saints offense. And it just didn't work like that.
No, it does not.
Like, it's not just route concepts. It's, it's reading defenses and understanding leverages and calls and positioning and all that stuff is like running, route concepts that kind of work with each other over time. Like you may run a concept this play, but it's going to affect something on a play on the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just copy and paste that shit. It's coaching. So I don't know. Maybe he learned something. Just coming back and just kind of resetting. But he was itching to jump at the bit and get with another young quarterback. So we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that shit.
We'll finish it off in. Well, we talked about the Dolphins. I guess we'll kind of finish it off in the AFC East. Oh, we'll talk about the AFC East and we'll finish it off with NFC East. I feel like we'd be remiss we didn't talk about the most annoying division in football. you talked about the Dolphins. Are you like to this point of now, like you're buying the Bills are being like consistent contenders every season, or do you need to see more?
I'm pretty confident they'll be around.
Yeah.
I mean, the quarterback play is good enough. The head coaching, the defensive coaching, even though the defense ain't been, like they could fall off, they could play bad at times. I think overall they played good enough team football to win enough games, especially in that division. We'll see how the Patriots, do, but I mean, you gotta give it to the Bills right now, bro. Like they own that division, but the Dolphins.
Oh yeah,
Dolphins can take it though.
Oh yeah,
but the quarterback play, they easily have the best quarterback right now.
Oh yeah, not even close. And I was just gonna say, like, I think the Dolphins could take it if they had the quarterback.
Exactly.
And that's such a huge thing. You brought up the Patriots. They got Matt.
Let's go.
I mean, I just think that training camp better will be a little closer than people think it is. Listen, man, that's all I'm gonna say. I think that training camp, and I say that only because, man, Matt can pick up an offense real quick, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you can pick up an offense real quick.
It's gonna be interesting because it's like, like a lot of players like Cam. You know what I'm saying? They gravitate toward him. So it's like, what is it gonna be like if the coach is like, man, look, Mac picked up this offense, we're gonna roll with Mac, but players like Cam.
Yeah.
But then again, on the flip side, players wanna win. You know what I'm saying?
Players want balls that are thrown accurately, consistently, bro. And look, the Patriots went on like a shopping spree. They got Hunter Henry, they got Jonnu Smith, they got Nelson Aguilar, they got Kendrick Bourne. Like they have completely revamped their team. Post Tom Brady. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how it all looks and how it comes together.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a deep feeling that their defense is going to be good as shit, though.
Oh yeah, I do too. I do too, man. I do too.
Like Bill Belichick will have that defense humming.
They got Christian Barmore. They traded up in the second round to get Christian Barmore. They brought Kyle Van Noy back. Yeah, man. I think you're right. I do. I think it's going to be all depending on what they can do offensively and who's leading that offense.
Yeah, because like is Cam Newton a backup?
Ooh, boy.
I don't see it.
Ooh,
he ain't been a backup since he was behind Tebow.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't see it.
I can't either, bro. Let's finish this thing off. NFC East. Division that gets so much fucking attention. We talked about the Giants a little bit. Cowboys, football team, Eagles, wherever you want to start.
Washington football team, man.
Yeah, man.
Like that's a solid little squad, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, they just don't have a quarterback.
I mean, with Ryan Fitzpatrick in that division, like, that could win them a division and maybe like a wild card game. Like, other than that, I don't know.
I don't know. But I like the team. Like, I think they're gonna be a tough out. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, Ron Rivera gonna have that team like be super fucking hard to beat. Like, that is not gonna be an easy win for any team that faces them.
Yeah, I agree. The Eagles, man, I can't figure out the Eagles, man.
I don't know, man.
I mean, Jalen Hurts, he had some nice things, and he had some questionable. Just the overall team building experience. I don't know, man. Like I still feel like they got to get a little younger.
Yeah, like offensive line's getting old, defensive line's getting old. They got Devontae. They traded up, got Devontae Smith at number 10.
Right.
Also, another team that passed on Justin Fields.
Yeah. Right.
Yep, sure did. That's 4 teams, Ryan, that like had legit quarterback questions. Broncos, Panthers, Eagles, Giants, all passed. Man, he might make 4 teams eat a lot of fucking crow. That's all I'm gonna say, man. And I like little what I saw of Jalen Hurts, but like, the head coach was like, "Oh, we're not going to come out and say Jalen Hurts is a starter." What? Like that? Like that tells me enough what y'all think of him as it is, bro. Like,
who is the head coach? Cicero or some shit?
Sardecki? I don't know, man.
I don't even know.
Pissed off, Angelo.
Oh man.
And let's finish it off with the team I still hate the most, even though I was born in Texas. Everyone's own Dallas Cowboys.
And they've been remaking their defense, bro. They cut a few players after the draft. They're pretty intent on getting their defense right. Who did they get as their defensive coordinator?
Ooh, that's a good question. Can we get Mike Nolan back? Can we please?
I mean, he chilling, bro.
We just get like here just making the Saints again, like talking again. If you tell me that Mike Nolan was coaching up Pete Warner, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like,
they hired Dan Quinn.
That's right. Ugh.
I mean, he was good with the Seahawks, right?
Seahawks also had talent, nigga.
Right.
You got Jalen Smith, who looked terrible. You got a linebacker that got a neck issue.
I mean, this man fired himself as defensive coordinator for the Falcons.
Said, I don't got it anymore no more.
It ain't no more. None of it.
I mean, obviously the big thing about Dallas is obviously Dak coming back healthy.
Yeah.
And if that happens, they got Amari Cooper, they got Michael Gallup, they got CeeDee Lamb. The offensive line they've lost a lot of pieces over the years on the offensive line, so obviously that's a concern because it's not the same, just dominant offensive line that we come to know. And also, I talk about Zeke, just not that good no more, bro.
Zeke ain't been good, man.
His backup when his backup comes in,
they get a spark.
It is you cannot not see it, bro. Like it is apparent.
Right now, Zeke is on the cover of the Do Not Pay Running Backs magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like
him and David Johnson just doing like a pose, just
pose. Ty Gurley on the second page.
Oh, not much is tied. Oh, no.
Man. Sorry.
But yeah, I still don't think they've added enough on defense to and maybe just changing Mike Nolan in itself will be a plus. But man, they were bad last season, and it's kind of the thing. Like I talked with you through text message. Like with Jalen Smith, with Michael Parsons, with Vander Esch, like at some point somebody coming off the field, bro. Like you can't play 3 linebackers most of the game. Like, it just doesn't happen.
And as expected, they didn't pick up Van Der Esch's fifth-year option.
Nope, surely did not.
So I mean, I can see him getting moved, man. Like, I don't know how, maybe not in the beginning of the season, but maybe at some point during the season. But I can see Van Der Esch, them just trying to get something out of it.
Yeah, man, that neck is, it's
yeah.
Like you talked about being concerned when it comes to backs, which is a huge thing. But like when you talking about a neck in football, man,
spinal cord, man.
A neck in life, but a neck in football. Yeah, man, that's tough. Man, we covered so many. We covered a shit ton of teams. I'm pretty sure we've left teams out, but we just kind of wanted to just go, around the league, talk about the league, the draft has passed, the agency's passed, and just our thoughts just going into the season. Like, there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered, but there's not shit happening over these next couple of weeks and months. So we just wanted to kind of just talk about football, man. Because at the end of the day, that's why we do this podcast. We obviously it may seem like we don't love the Saints sometimes, but we do. Trust me, we do. We just seen the light. We just been enlightened. That's all. It's just different. But obviously, because we love football, we love just talking about everything about football. Not just the Saints. It's just as fun to talk about the league that isn't just Saints related. And also, obviously, if you're listening to this and maybe you're just like a very diehard Saints homer and don't really care, hopefully you can learn about something else and fucking going on in the league and other teams around the league as well. We still need to. I actually sent text messages to Sophia. Hopefully we can get it going in regards to getting our black holes episode, space related episode recorded this month. She's been very busy, doing stuff, grading papers, all that. So she's busy. So we still got to try to get that planned, get that worked out. And then at some point, probably, hopefully soon we can reach out to someone, get on the show and talk to them about what they think, how the Saints did in the draft. Maybe we can hit up Rick Osell or just someone, just talk about, how the Saints did in the draft and things like that. Before we leave, in the little thing Richard Sherman had on whatever it was on ESPN. Yeah. And I tweeted it and I said, and I left my thoughts as this because Richard Sherman just sounded like the way he made it sound like he didn't seem like he felt like there was space on the team for him, and I was like, man. Nigga, we got P-Rob in a third-round rookie cornerback that's likely to be starting cornerback across from Marshawn Lattimore, who also might get a suspension because he wants to be fucking whatever. Bro, there is room on the team for you to start. You don't got to worry about that at all.
Exactly. So, it's no question. Sign him. I don't know it's probably up to him at this point because he probably got a lot of offers that are even. So he's just waiting to see what shakes out. Sweeten the pot. Throw an extra $500,000 in there or something get that man in the building. I'm not even saying this that it's say he's gonna come in to be a game changer, but it's thin, bro. Cold out there, Rick.
Oh, bro.
And Casey Hayward, he just signed
with the Raiders.
With the Raiders, there's nothing out there.
Nothing, bro.
Nothing.
I saw someone, former Pats cornerback, one of the McCourty twins signed.
Oh yeah. He signed with the Jaguars.
Was it with the Jags?
It's the Jags, right?
I don't think it was the Jags. It was.
Okay.
But yeah, he signed today. It was an AFC team, but I don't think it was the Jags. But yeah, man, it's just. I'm pretty sure Richard Sherman's not listening to this podcast, but trust me, there's room. And the contract that Casey Hayward signed was like a 1 year, $4 million deal, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like you telling me like we could get in theory, a starting cornerback for like $4 or $5 million that could maybe play at a decent, if we're lucky, like above decent level. Man, if you don't get your
like, what are we doing?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. And then the center that the Lions drafted, Frank, Ragaro, Glasgow. He signed a 4-year contract extension today with the Lions, and I'm just thinking, like what are we like? And he had 2 years left on his deal, Ryan. 2 years left. We can't sign Ramczyk, who is playing on a 5th-year option.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
We just like because in theory, when the Saints extend a player in the immediate, they gain cap relief because the number goes down. I don't get it. I don't. Like it's like you said, like you just hate how the team just does contracts. That's why when that whole Demario Davis contract was announced like week 1, I was like, what?
Huh?
She just reported it on the sideline,
that was crazy.
Right? Demario Davis signed the contract extension this past weekend. What? Excuse me? So, I don't know. Just it's annoying. It's annoying how they operate, but it's a function of how they've been, man. I'm sure Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, right? Like prime examples.
Yeah. It's unreal.
They love it's like you gotta pay the rent, and it's like maybe I'll just wait on getting the money ordered. Yeah, it's getting close. No. Like just go get it, bro. Just go get the rent check. Just go get it. Pay it. Annoying. But anyway, we this is all we got for you. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. Hopefully have some shows, have some guests on the line. And thank you everyone for all our supporters. Also, thank you for Jessica Clement. While we were recording, she did respond to our email, so she does exist. And so we'll work on getting you the Saints Marvel T-shirt and shipped to you. And then the tumblers will be done by next week. So we'll be sending those out to Rod and to David, and we hope to try to be having more of these raffles for all our Patreon people who support us. Just to show our support for you guys supporting us along the way. And with that, we're going to get out of here. Everyone have a good weekend. We're out.
Catch those springtime vibes all over Arizona. Break out of the winter blues by hitting the water at one of our lake and river parks. Take a hike among the wildflowers. Just make sure to stay on the trails and leave the flowers for the bees. Discover Arizona's best kept secret and visit azstateparks.com/amazing to start your springtime adventure.
O'Reilly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.